What's up, gromies, growers of the world, cannabis enthusiasts, weed nerds, Michigan Organic Buds here. If you're not 18, I gotta ask you to leave. If you're 18 or older, please hit the like, subscribe. This is gonna be a video on compost tea, bacterial dominant compost tea. Blaze it on some gelato punch. Post down in the comments what you guys are smoking. Okay, for my main base, my compost teas, because I do a fungal tea and a bacterial tea. Okay, the bacterial tea is more for veg. Your plants like a more bacterial dominant tea. Okay, and in flower they actually like a more fungal tea, a more fungal dominant tea. All right, but this is going to be just on the bacterial dominant side. And next week I will post a video on the fungal tea as well. Okay, for my main base is Malibu's booze blend. It's all organic compost, good stuff for sure. Highly recommend it. Is this what you got to use? No, you can use any kind of compost really, but this is good stuff. Now I've actually got a 2-liter bottle cut in half. That's what I use for my scoop. I will put 5 to 6 scoops of that in my compost tea bag, okay? Then I will also put 2 scoops of my organic mix in there as well to brew, okay? I know what's in this bucket. It's all organic. If you guys are interested, I've got a video. Just go to my channel, subscribe, check it out. I know everything that's in that bucket. I know it's good for my plants. I know what all my plants are getting. That bucket wasn't mixed in some warehouse or some factory somewhere, and I'm counting on a label to tell me what's in that bucket, okay? I know what's in there, all right? I mix every bucket myself, and it's pennies to the dollar, guys. I highly recommend check it out. My plants speak for themselves. We'll get right back into the video though. Hybrix molasses, okay? I will add 1 cup of this, okay, at the beginning when I start the brew. All right, I will let this brew for 2 days, and then, well, it actually brew for 2.5 days total, okay? The first 2 days I'll have 1 cup of molasses in here and everything else in this bag. All right, the last 12 hours, the night before I'm gonna water, I will put 5 more cups of that in here, okay? Let that bubble in here. And then the morning when I'm gonna water it, I will actually transfer this water into my big reservoir, which I will have 250 gallons. As you can see, I'm filling it up right now. It'll have 250 gallons of fresh water in there to dilute this down, okay? I'll mix that in there so that it'll be 300 gallons, give or take, all right? Now I also will put, every time I water, I use the recycle sil and aloe vera powder, okay? Aloe vera powder is like a multivitamin for your plant, okay? It's very good, beneficial in multiple ways. Yeah, I highly recommend it. Same thing with the recycle sil. It's organic silica. It's got what you should be using per gallon and so on and so forth on there, your measurements. It's all organic, derived from rice hulls, as you can see right there. There we go. Good stuff, highly recommended. If you guys have any problems with branch breaking, if you use this stuff and use it religiously, I promise you will not have any problems with branches breaking. Unless a tornado comes through there, you are going to be golden on strong branches, I promise, okay? Now I will put 2 cups of this per 300 gallons. 2 cups of this per 300 gallons. I usually let this stuff brew in there for 24 hours or so. I usually like to keep my reservoir full and always bubbling, okay? Letting chlorine and any other thing that could be potentially bad bubble out of the water, okay? And it will keep your water at room temperature, no chance of shocking your roots from being too cold, so on and so forth. Yeah, but for bacterial dominant tea, that's pretty it's pretty much it. Pretty simple and basic, highly effective. I promise that to you guys. My plants speak for themselves. Everything I'm doing is 100% organic. I highly recommend use worm castings, some good quality worm castings in your compost tea if you do not have worms in your pots, okay? I have worms in my pots, so I don't have to add the worm castings because I'm getting fresh worm castings all the time, okay? So on bacterial teas, that's pretty much it. You're gonna want to do this more in veg, like I will do it every 2 weeks. Every other week I'm feeding it a bacterial tea, okay? When flower comes in, I will swap it every other tea, okay? Every other time I'm feeding it tea, one week I will feed it the bacterial tea. 2 weeks later, I will feed the fungal tea. 2 weeks later, I will feed the bacterial tea. 2 weeks later, I'll feed the fungal tea. Okay, so on and so forth until we flush our plants out, with just water. But that's pretty much it, guys. Peace.